Hello everybody and welcome back. I am Merces and today we're playing more 7 Days to Die. So let's get started. Okay, so it's day 100. That means we're going to do a world tour now. In the last episode we went over the two bases we have built here, the horde base itself and the main base. So definitely check out that video before you watch this video. And in today's video we're going to take a look at basically the rest of the world. So we're going to take a look and go around, look at all the sort of like the mines and stuff I've dug out to fuel this quite resource intensive playthrough, to be honest. Look at the planet itself. We're gonna look at the places of stuff I have looted. So this town here is mostly looted up. Large parts of this town is looted up. Other just random places around is also looted up. And then lastly, we're gonna take a look at all the items I currently possess. And then we're just gonna take a look at the generic stuff about the base. So yeah, let's get started. So currently these two are the bases I currently live in. This is the main base and this is the horde base. The main base is below the ground here. However, the first base I actually had was this house right there. This was the house I initially started like a base in. I actually spawned around this place right here. So my first campfire stuff is still like somewhere along this road. This was the trader I got like sent to do the White River settlement quest. And I found out that this base here works pretty well, at least as a starter base. Now, it's probably gonna be full of Zeds now. Oh, it's not because of, yeah. So, you know, it's kind of a decent POI. There's a zombie dog here though, so do watch out for that. We had later taken this thing completely apart. Yes, yeah. So up here was basically where I actually had some stuff. First chest I built, had some chests here, sleeping bag, built a forge and other things. I also built a mine in this area, so haven't been there in absolute ages, in fact. Does this work? Yeah, this is just literally to like essentially dig up some stone stuff. At this point I did actually know that my main base will be this area, so I did actually, I think, try to dig out like this way to actually essentially get to it. But obviously that project went nowhere. I'm not quite sure why I exactly did this, to be honest. Potentially being like linking up the two bases, but I don't really see that why I would do that today, to be honest. Okay, for resources, I have a various amount of quarries. This is like the first sort of major area, to be honest. Not actually my first quarry, but there were a iron node here, which I did like do a little bit of mining of when I started in space, but since I basically just went around and completely cleared it out. So right here, there were a iron node in this little area, which is for some reason about to stop it. There's still a coal node here. As well as a... oh, there's a leather. Okay, that's something to note. This one right here, I think there's an iron node here. There's a lead node here. I think there was also a coal node, if I'm not mistaken. This is also quite a large thing. Same connects to a POI. It also connects underground over here. Two bases. Basically, everything you see here has been either ore or gravel. I haven't really dug any of the stone out. So yeah. Over here, there's been, I think, 2 or even 3 iron nodes. You can see actually one of them there. There's a nitrate node there, coal node, lead node. I think actually multiple nitrates. I think 2 nitrates, 2 coal, 2 lead nodes. Going on over here. This actually extends all the way down to bedrock. So there's still a little bit of iron here left. Although I don't think there's too much because all this was iron. A little bit of nitrate as well. And this extends all the way down to bedrock. So that's that. This is, I think, the largest quarry we got. Since then, I've actually expanded over to this one here as well because, well, this stuff is just simply isn't enough. This also actually went into a POI as well. I think there's actually a zombie bear, so we gotta be a little bit careful. I think there's a zombie bear shoot as well. Well, I took the dirt outside, might be not spawning there. All this was iron. I think actually all of it was in fact iron. This may have been nitrate, I'm unsure. I guess more iron like here. There's nitrate down here. There's more iron over here. Okay, so the actual mines was over here. This is the actual farm area I got. Farm logs are actually really expensive this now. So I haven't actually been able to construct more than these 2 9x9s, but I'm actually full of murder. So I kind of neglected farming a little bit, to be honest. I am supposed to like massively expand this, but just sort of haven't this much yet. Going on the bases themselves, we come to our newest core, in fact, which is over here. This was in the quest of getting lead for supplying the shotgun turrets. So in total, actually, the shotgun turrets can in fact hold 22,000 shotgun shells. So I need a bunch of lead to support that. Mostly paper to spawn, but also lead. So this entire thing here was solid lead. There's a little bit of iron over here. There's another iron node over here. Haven't dug really any of that. There's a bit more lead as well. And going all the way down here as well. All of this was lead up until here. And I think maybe all of this was iron. I think with some lead sprinkled in though. And we do of course have more iron and also some coal as well going further. Really like actually when it's like you dig one node and you get to another one basically. And then the primary one, which has been the sort of the primary node for a very long time. This is over here. It's actually underneath there, but the entrance to it is over here. I tried to do this to sort of get away with screamers, but that doesn't work. So tunnel over here, which gets into this place. So this was all lead, I believe. This whole thing was filled with nitrate as well as some iron. See a little bit of iron here. There's more iron sprinkled there. So this is still this much iron left. All of this was coal. All of this was more iron. The coal here. All of this was iron. Getting all the way down here. And so yeah. So we have mined out quite a lot of resources in this series. In fact, up on YouTube I actually have a series where I do all that mining called the grinding episodes, which is basically where I do all the stuff, sped up like 8 times, and then throw some music onto it. So okay, so that's mostly all of the nodes I've gotten from mining resources. Popping down south here though, we get to our sand quarry. And this is basically where all my sand has come from. At least like 99% of it. I have not entirely sure exactly how much sand I mined from this place. It is probably around maybe 500,000. Then again though, I'm fairly certain I've used about 1,000,000 concrete mix though, so I'm not really quite sure to be honest. Might be actually 4,000,000. Yeah, I have been there countless hours. Actually countless days, even in-game weeks just mining here. So yeah. There are some nodes there as well. This one was a shale node. This is a shale node. This place of course was also for shale nodes. This was actually 2 shale nodes, one there and one there, and I think also this was a shale node. I think that's on the shale we have mined down here. There's some dug up the road itself as well. That's a shale node. Alright. Everything you can see in the sort of brown color is actually what I've dug down, so 4 blocks. Unfortunately, I believe in Alpha 17 they actually made a change so that stone in deserts and also stone in wastelands, or stone in deserts are actually now colored sand, while stone in wastelands are colored crushed stone. So this looks like sand, it's actually stone, which is really annoying. Previously in Alpha 16, for example, there were actually a separate block called sandstone, which when you mined it, you actually got sand. But that's now been replaced. So there's absolutely no difference between like stone and sand, which is nice. Yeah. In terms of amount of resources, I think it's about 1,000,000 sand. I'm not entirely sure to be honest though, but yeah, I've spent like so much time. Okay. Go from Chester with just some random supplies. I decided to start like And I'm down there, just like empty my inventory, and we get some resources there. Okay. Okay, let's actually go and take a look at now what I have looted in the series so far. So in this initial area here, basically all of the buildings you can see here are all looted. Buildings here are looted. I think all of those are looted. All of this stuff is looted. This thing is looted several times. The buildings over here are looted. The buildings back there are looted. The buildings in the center are not looted. This one's partially looted. I think this one is looted. Those two are looted. Those are looted. All that stuff is looted. I think like this one is looted. I don't think those two are looted. This one, this one, this one. This one is looted multiple times, but these three are not. Those are not. I think that one and that one is looted. This one is looted twice. This one is looted 3 times. This one is looted. This one is looted. That one's looted. That one's looted. And this one is looted 2 or 3 times as well. Now, when I actually say looted, what I actually mean is all of them are went for loot and stuff. Some of them is also clear looted. So clear looting is essentially a concept I have sort of came up with. Not sure if I'm like the first one that came up with this design, whatever. I may actually make a video at one point about or explaining it, but basically it's that I try to take apart the POIs as much as possible. So go to this thing here, for example. Looking through right here, you can see that like there is nothing actually on the floors and stuff. These floors are usually like completely filled with equipment or like the research stuff, so like cement and stone or crushed stone, as well as the cobblestone stuff. Oops. This little place here is an office floor, so it's full like desks and stuff and chairs and questionable computers and stuff, but labs and things. All of that stuff is taken apart. I have wrenched everything that can be wrenched. Almost at the very least. There are still a bunch of like this stuff is still here. The stuff that gives mechanical or electrical parts is still here, some of them, but all the things giving mechanical parts has been wrenched down. And all like garbage and trash and stuff on the floor stuff is gone as well. And all of that. Because I play without loot respawn, I can actually take apart the containers as well, like loot containers. So that basically means that like all loot containers in this POI has been destroyed. Either wrenched apart, for those that can be that, or just basically like, you know, for example, like garbage, like trash cans and stuff, and like trash bags have actually been like taken apart, except this thing. Yeah, that's apparently okay. So that's basically the sort of the concept of loot collecting. Might can make a video at one point, we'll see. But yeah. Now I have actually clear looted a very large portion of the buildings in this place. This is the starter town, so it's the one I have looted the most. This thing is taken apart nearly completely. There's still some things I said. The waterworks is taken apart. Basically all the cars in this entire town is taken apart. However, there's some of them still, like there's a couple ones here and stuff. This is a POI active reset after going and like clearing out all the cars and stuff. So yeah. Waterworks here has been, I think, clearly the ones back there reset after that. And some other things as well. This like shooting range as well has been taken apart. All the houses has been, or at least most of them have been also completely cleared. So yeah, got paper mill here as well. So that's basically like this town more or less. I was actually, another thing as well to note is I have chopped down all the trees in like this portion of the town, as well as a bunch of trees over here. Essentially like all the trees in sort of this little area here have more or less been taken apart, or like chopped down. So yeah. Houses here. This one's not clear looted. Another thing is, well, I also take down all the doors down as well as all the windows. As you can see, so this one right here is also clear looted. Apparently another thing missing, or no, this is not. Never mind. Okay, I feel like I did more than this. I haven't spent too much time actually like clear looting this town though. In actual fact. But I thought I'd done more. Yeah, so this building right here, you can see there's basically nothing on the interior. Take on some walls as well, even. The garage here as well. The basement of this POI is taken apart. This building is more or less completely cleared. And also these two buildings here as well. Or this one is, but I don't think that one is. So this is basically this town. Interestingly, like I haven't like looted every building yet, which is kind of interesting to note. I'm in a sort of like working on doing that sort of off camera, but yeah, we'll have to sort of see. Other towns. So this town is actually not that looted just yet. There's a couple key POIs which is looted. This waterworks has been looted. I don't think anything's been cleared in this town. I haven't honestly been here too much. With the only exception of like trader itself. I picked quite a lot of the trader. But apart from that, I haven't really done too much actually in this town. Over here, I have looted this sawmill once. I'm not clear looted. There's actually still. Oh, that's another thing. There's also a bunch of loot here actually still. Should not gonna grab now because I'm cheating. But that I haven't taken anything in the wasteland with the exception of a high school here. So this one is also looted. There is some chests there as well. Over here as well. So this little like sawmill here as well. One day I'm just gonna go and clean up everything, but one day. That's that. This town here has been progressed actually a lot more. So quick overview. This thing here has been looted. There is a, I think it's a bookstore there which has been looted. There's some random other buildings in this place which has been looted as well. Oh, sorry, not that one. That one, no, that one. That's a bookstore which is looted. I looted this apartment block. And I'm not exactly sure how much I've done, but I think all the POIs like in this area here has been looted. So all the ones here. Clear loot as well, a lot of them. I think all the ones here as well has been looted. Although I can't exactly remember. So the thing right now, which is no, it's the okay, it's fine. I'm like I haven't played this game for about 2 months now. Or maybe even 3, so I honestly can't remember it. This parking lot's been looted. This one, this fire station, this one has been clearly looted. So this actually took like 2 episodes doing as well. This thing is also went through and completely clear looted, so we can show like how that looks then. Everything's been like just disassembled. Taken apart. Everything of value. Which in fact is the primary reason why I play with loot respawn off. That's actually in fact the only reason why. This stuff as well. It's like, yeah. That's that. This is actually what we spent the entire last week on. It's actually working on like taking part this town there. Hey. Yeah, there's a way like turn your speed or something. So for looting this town here, we got a bunch of chests right here. Huge bunches actually, which is basically like the process of looting all the stuff. So got some random stuff here. A bunch of like tools or like items actually, which have like levels on them basically. Bunch of electrical parts and mechanical parts, oil and stuff. Bunch of materials. Bunch of like metal stuff. All the food and water. All the ammo and components for ammo. All the stuff to just go and sell, so like the books and stuff and like other random stuff. All the mods and the parts. All the medical items. Random misc stuff. I think this is more stuff to sell. All, I think, like food ingredients as well as plant matter and stuff like that, seeds. More stuff with like level values on them. I think just empty chests. Yeah. So we're gonna progress this a lot. The goal is basically to go and clear loot this entire town. It's gonna take a long time though, and you know, the series has progressed quite a lot. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do it, but this is the goal. So apart from that, some other random POIs. This one has been looted. Down here, I don't think anything has, with the exception I went into like I think a bank or something. And nothing over here. There's also a town here, town down here. This is the snow biome. There's a town here and town here, town here. I think there's something up here as well. That's it. So in terms of like the biomes, there is actually 5 biomes here. So the forest is in the center, the wasteland to the north here, the burnt forest to the west, desert to the south, and the snow biome to the east. I'm actually wondering if that's like the sort of the new way biomes work, because I've actually spawned another world as well, and I kind of feel that was basically the exact same. Yeah. I think there's also water treatment blank. Yeah, that one there as well. I think that's been looted a couple times too. Yeah, no. There's a chest somewhere as well there. Okay, so that's basically like all the stuff I looted and all the stuff I dug up and mined all that stuff. There isn't really anything like too much else to say then. Another thing as well, this town as well has had basically all of its cars removed, and I even started working the roads here as well a little bit. Yeah, so I was wanting this town there. The horde base basically requires quite a lot of battery or engines. Because remember, like we have inside here there's like what's that, like 24 engines right there, and there's another like there's another 10. There's another 6. That's 40. So 48 engines just to power this stuff. So yeah, that is another potential downside about this base. It does require 48 engines, which is quite expensive, and yeah. Okay, so I'm actually gonna make a separate video, as I talked about I think I talked about that last episode, about the plans about this base here for Alpha 20. Alpha 20 at this point, as I'm recording, has been sort of been confirmed, like their targeted release date that they released, and It's kind of making this video now because I'm a little bit wary that like this series might be closing soon. So, with the exception of all the items I just showed in the chest and stuff, this is where the remaining, or at least the majority of the remaining items are. So, in no particular order, this is all the 7.62s and 9mm ammos I have, or bullets. There is more ammo in the actual horde base as well. There's about like half a supply chest worth of ammo. That's another thing. This is all the other like mist stuff. So we get the magnum ammo, we got blunderbuss ammo, and also crossbow bolts. There's also iron ammo. This is all the feather. No clue what to do with this. In Alpha 16 I used basically primarily like a bow and stuff, but in this case I just used a club, so don't really need arrows, and I found out actually that arrows in horde base or during horde night just simply doesn't work. So this is all my arm piercing rounds as well as the box of shotgun shells. This is 100 each, so each sack is 500. Doesn't look too much, but that's like is that like nearly 10,000 or something? This is all the offensive weapons I got. So I think we have every gun in the game if I'm not mistaken. So we got, yeah, got all the stuff here. Just level 5 SMG though, for now. This is just miscellaneous tools and stuff. We got some repair kits, got some of the candy. I've actually yet to start using them. I supposed to bring this with me like when looting stuff, I just never forget that, and also this one too. I just always forget. We have tons of lockpicks, quite a lot of wrenches as well. Box of nothing. This is all the seeds plus the arrow supercorn we get. Loads of plant seeds. Not actually plant shoots, by the way. This is all the medical items we have. So a pretty significant amount of them. Plus a chest full of first aid bandage, first aid kits, and painkillers. There's also more medical items in the horde base. Plus, of course, there's a bunch, I think, down here as well. This is all the actual sort of medical item components. So stuff you need to, like, you can craft into medical items. So aloe cream turns into bandages. This turns into, like, steroids and stuff. Box of explosive ammo. We got a box of all the parts I have. So don't really see a use for this stuff, to be honest. I don't really know if, I don't think I've crafted any parts actually, in fact. So that's that. This have a decent sell price. I may just like try to one point like sell some of this stuff, but we'll see. This is a box of level 6 items. One of the goals in this series is to try to collect one of every level 6 item in the game. And so far I have done fairly decent on that. We're still missing a bunch of them, but we have some of them. Also repaired all of them. The 4 chests there I just use for like just sort of temporary storage. So they're just dropping off stuff, but so for example I got a little bit of items now which I don't need, so let's just put them there. This is a box I just used to store my tools. At the moment I just don't use them, so the things. The tools I use themselves, I have a steel club with the following mods. I use a tactical rifle sort of primarily. I primarily use my club for killing like 95% of Zuds. Sometimes I use this one if it gets a bit hairy, if I get like stuck or something, and I use the sniper rifle sometimes I want to try to like essentially clear sleepers. Kind of nice. I have a steel pickaxe. Can't remember the last time I used it. I don't walk with this any longer. Also have a steel shovel too. Can't remember the last time I used this. Got a machete for chopping down or like skinning animals, as well as harvesting the like remain blocks and stuff. Impact driver, chainsaw, auger. Where's nail gun? Mind that. Haven't fully modded up this stuff left, but this is the Desert Vulture. This is the auto shotgun. This is the compound bow, compound crossbow, M60, and the SMG5. In terms of mods, I have a bunch of other mods as well. I have sold basically all the stuff I don't need, so like pocket mods and things like that. But yeah, so I do have like extra rad remover, for example. I'm not quite sure about what to like do in the modification situation. In terms of like schematics and stuff, I have a decent amount of them. I'm still missing some like major ones, for example, silencers, which is kind of annoying. But yeah. Stuff I'm wearing, I currently got ghillie suits, as well as a ghillie suit jacket. With a clothing pocket mod, I don't actually need that though, but okay. And got basically the same like armor stuff. So we got fittings, muffle connectors, and band armor plating for all the steel armor. Leg armor, I also have cooling mesh because I have like an extra slot. Same with steel gloves, bandolier mod for the steel chest, and helmet light for the helmet. Also got lucky goggles, as well as a cigar, and also the video top. So yeah. Skill stuff is very simple. I am max level. I will suspect every single skill available, like every attribute you can get. Including charismatic nature, which just heals your ally, so that's completely useless. Single player, never. And for books themselves, I have quite a lot of them are 7 out of 7. Decent portion are like 6 out of 7. 25 out of 7. So yeah, I'm still missing a couple ones, but it's getting there, I suppose. The problem, of course, is just the fact that like I'm at this point much more likely to find one I would have read before than the one I haven't. So to my skill books, I have a bunch of them like in the stuff here to sell as well, plus also schematics and other things as well. And here is all the valuables I so far have. I really don't actually like use that much, in fact. So 300, is that 3 mil? No, 336,000. Plus, of course, like, you know, there's sort of Quello as well. I don't really like buy too much stuff, is the thing. So, plus I have all the stuff as a sell. So far, what I'm kind of saying is I'm going to buy engines, mechanical parts, as well as skill books I don't have. Basically everything else, like you can, sure, like you can buy like forged steel, but like what's the point? I have thousands of that, so yeah. A bunch of forged iron, a bunch of forged steel, a bunch of short iron pipes and stuff. Pipes, I haven't actually scrapped any of them. This is only from the stuff I wrenched apart, so yeah. This is all the materials I have. So loads of scrap polymer, loads of paint. The paint is exclusively from looting as well as from scrapping dye. That's where it comes from. Lots of plant fiber. Lots of leather, lots of oil shale. I convert basically the bones to glue as well as the rotting flesh to farm plots. So yeah, a bunch of wood as well. This is all, well, this is a very tiny portion of the clay. This is all the cloth I have. All the concrete mix I have. This is like constantly being used up, so I just like make stuff on demand basically. This is all the like different miscellaneous types of blocks. So we got like some shell stuff I just got them from POIs. Storage crates, frame blocks, rebar frames. Made way too many forges. Very realistic stuff on that. And just other random stuff basically. A bunch of like, also like advanced bellows, for example. Okay, this is for, I got some like notes and stuff. This is the excess armor I have. I also tried to, it's just like for storage. I also try to keep one of every like item as well. So that's that. So currently I have a spare set of steel armor plus a spare set of iron armor. I think iron armor is, yeah, full level 10, so, or 6. Vehicles, I have a bunch more engines, so we're good on that for a while. We have a bicycle, gyrocopter, and mini bike. We also have a 4x4. Not quite sure what that is. I guess that's, yeah, that's actually what's in the Undertown. Components, so electrical parts, mechanical parts, headlights, springs, duct tape, acid, military fiber. I have a lot of electrical parts, but at this point just given up like actually farming more. I could get like tens of thousands more if I wanted to. So yeah. And there's a chest of batteries because they used to be in the vehicles, but they just filled up. So spare chest of dice. Okay, that's I think all the stuff from here actually. Okay. Going into the crafting room now, we have quite a lot of stone. Like a chest full. Chest full of cement. No, another almost chest full of cement. Another chest full of stone. And another chest full of stone. A little bit of sand. Pretty much. Plus all the forges are loaded with 2 stacks of 6,000. And they're also full with 30,000 stone. So we have a lot of stone. It would be nice to have some statistics about this game. Yeah. There's anything in here. For iron, at the moment we just have a decent amount of iron because I've been mining a little bit, haven't really used any of it. Box of clay, another full box of clay. I don't think the wood is actually filled. In terms of wood, we also have like wood and other stuff, and also I think all the forges have clay in them, at least the ones here. I think the ones in the crafting room are full. I think also these ones here are largely full of clay. So full chest of gunpowder. Another almost full chest of gunpowder. Teaspoon of buckshot. Teaspoon of bullet tips. No paper. That's a big problem. Teaspoon bullet casing as well. We did melt on the brass we have. We still have a teaspoon coal. Another full chest of clay. Another half chest of clay, pretty small nitrate, and pretty small lead. And in fact the clay reminds me of the pad actually, I gotta come to that as well. Over here is all the food items, so just have nothing, bit of wood, all the jars I have, all the boiled water I have, bit of murky water, all sort of drinkable fluids, so bunch of beer, bunch of coffee, bunch of goldenrod tea, awesome sauce, moonshine, mega crush, mineral water, red tea, bunch of chocolate juice, and some recog. All the food I have, which at the moment is basically nothing, so that's a goal in between episodes now. And also the food ingredients, so stupid amounts of meat basically. Quite a lot of potatoes, mushrooms, pumpkins, hops, corn, goldenrod flatter, all that other stuff. So yeah, I want to say probably most of this stuff is probably looted actually, as opposed to actually farmed. But yeah, I haven't really well, I do of course I tend to at this point like convert most of this stuff to like raw stew and stuff, but we'll have to see another thing. I do plan to like change to using vegetable stew instead of meat stew. I do have pretty decent amount of meat though, so it's kind of fun. Like very good on food, I just haven't made it in the wild yet. Okay, I actually think that's all the items we have actually. So quite a lot. They're of course supposed to go like underneath here or like to this place, which is a storage room. I just haven't been able to do it just yet. So okay, last then the pad. In between my two bases, as well as the surrounding area, I decided to make one massive concrete pad. Now, the reason actually for doing this is kind of like multifold. The first one is just because I like the looks of it. I just feel it looks a little bit better than like the hilly grass and stuff. Secondly, it makes visibility, or it significantly increases visibility. I have basically at this point like constant screamers, like 3 spawning per minute probably in this place. So actually seeing where they are is quite nice. Of course, also the same applies for Horde as well. The Horde usually spawns around here, which means it's very easy for me to just like to see them. And that's that. I used a pad in Alpha 16 with quite great success. I just started to basically like copy it there. I'm not quite sure if this helps for lag. My theory is that it does. It does like improve like performance and stuff. Not that I really care too much about that, but I think it does actually improve it, but I'm not quite sure. Oh. And then lastly, in terms of screamers, it has a very important thing. This hole right here is actually dug by screamers. So the goal, of course, with this is that basically it gives me a little bit of time to like get up and actually dispose of them before they like dig too much holes. Basically, like right beneath here is actually where the forge room is, so, or like below here or something, which of course means that they will be constantly trying to dig down to that. And currently I'm losing that battle, so because I haven't expanded the pad fast enough, so they are basically digging out down like all over the place, trying to get down to my main base, like the forge room stuff. I tried this little like thing here, which is basically supposed to be like the shortest path down to the forge room, which the goal is that they're going to basically like be trying to do this place, start digging down here. This is I think 3 or 4 blocks deep of solid concrete, which means that's going to take time, and that means like they won't get through. But yeah, at the moment I haven't been able to successfully end fight. Worst case, I am planning to put up some shotgun turrets around the place and just like deal with them that way, but yeah. Basically just so it doesn't work. Of course I could use spikes, but I kind of wanted to not do spikes this time, so yeah. Okay, so that's basically my 7DaysToDie Alpha 19 world. I have recorded the progress of every single world. I'm not quite sure what the current episode count is, like 80 or something. It's in a playlist on the channel if you want to see it. And yeah. Anyways, I think that's basically it for this world tour. We have basically now taken a look at my entire Alpha 19 7DaysToDie world. So yeah, if you actually want to see more of this world, the entire like progress of everything is on YouTube on this channel. So yeah, anyways, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please leave a like. And as always, thanks for watching, have a nice day, and goodbye.